So, howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and today I'm joined in the rain by the wonderful I Am Spoon from
My
somewhere.
armor's getting wet.
He's getting wet. Uh-oh. Well, we better get straight to work then. I figure with, new folks coming on the server down the line, we need to work on expanding the roads and making sure there's a place for them to,
Oh,
build their houses. Yeah, this wasn't my fault. I'm going to ignore that and pretend it didn't happen. I've had so many crazy things happen to me this weekend, Spoon. I'm just going to ignore the ones that are other people's problems. I have,
okay.
it's not that I've earned the right to be a terrible, apathetic person who gives no care for the woes of others, but I have chosen to be so after everything that's happened this weekend.
I think
Um,
you've earned it.
so here we go. This is where Jasassin's house. Jasassin built his house right here, right where this intersection was going to be, which completely blocked the ability of Spawn to be expanded at all. So I politely eminent domained it and informed him, yeah, there's a road going here. And he was kind enough to dismantle his house because he's a stand-up guy. But anyway, so the idea is that we would have a road that goes out this way and kind of goes up this hill, using the half slabs to kind of make steps. And the stone brick stairs are for the outer ring, or this like kind of gutter thing here.
I like that.
So let me give you some stone slabs here to start. Have you seen how the other stairs kind of work in on the roads that spawn?
I'm about to.
It's super simple. Essentially, it's exactly what you'd expect, where it just kind of becomes a half step up. So we kind
Yeah.
of double slab to start the steps. And I don't know where you are.
I'm over here. I was looking at the stairs.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so it's just like you make it so you can run up it without jumping. So you,
Makes
you
sense.
you do single slab and then double slab and then single slab. Just kind of that thing. But this way we won't have to eminent domain more people's houses because we'll know where the roads are in advance. Which I think is kind of a service to
Sure.
the community.
That's just gonna be go up on both sides or what?
Yeah, so I was gonna have this stair go up on this side, and just kind of lead to. Although honestly, you probably only would fit one house up in this side, but on the other side out that way, there's a lot more room. And then I was gonna go ahead and extend this one out, way out here, and probably do another intersection. There's a point where there's like points toward an island on one side and a ravine on the other. And so, right around here or so, I'm making sure there's no creepers. No, I'm not doing a good job. Well, or at least spider-related searches. Okay, so there's 2 armored zombies. Boom, they have been left for dead, and there's a creeper now.
I have not back two on this thing, so they're going flying.
Yeah, that's an excellent knockback. Outstanding. Go team. So I was
I
thinking...
got armor from that actually.
Oh, cool.
Got a leather cap.
So I was thinking we'd extend the road out this far and then have another intersection that goes out to this island and this island. Not that we're about to bring like 10 more people on the server, but this way people know not to build where the roads are going to go.
Makes sense.
Which I think is kind of helpful. Looking at this in the long-term feasibility of the Hermitcraft project. So I guess we could...
Project.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you want to start extending that out there, I can start working on the steps, I suppose.
I don't see why not.
One thing I wanted to discuss, just because it just happened to me, I'd just gotten home.
What
from,
about this? What about this cave thing here?
Honestly, that thing is completely tapped out, so I was just gonna kind of just build the road through it. Like
Okay.
the technically the cave entrance is still there, even though I've kind of built it. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So if somebody
That's
really
easy.
wants to get in there, they still can. But as far as I know, that's like the original. Maybe we should build a historical site marker. This was
Yeah.
the first mine on Hermitcraft.
Maybe.
But
Not a bad idea.
yeah, so I just got back from Birmingham, Alabama, where I've had the single most stressful, insane, crazy weekend of my adult life. So just to quickly explain what I was planning on doing in Birmingham, Alabama, I've been working for a long time, several years, on a book called Pitfalls and Penguins, which is like a goofier, more improvisational comedy-driven version of Dungeons and Dragons. So it's got like crazy things like orc rednecks and penguins with chainsaws and stuff like that. You might have actually gotten to see a copy of the early version of the book at PlayOnCon. So we finally, this week on Friday, I got the entire first printing delivered to me by Vanderbilt Printing, which, was a thousands of dollar print job. This was not a trivial thing. We could not have done this without our Kickstarter backers being absolutely awesome. And, so the plan was because the friends who I worked with on this.
I'm just going straight over here, right?
Yeah, you just go straight, yeah.
Okay, I'll just move stuff out of the way. Do you have a shovel with you?
No, I've been using my pick because, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the best person over here when it comes to tool usage.
Yeah. That's fine.
I can put down that crafting bench that I made though, and then if you need to make a shovel, it'll go right here.
Yeah, I legitimately didn't bring anything except for a pick.
I've got a cobblestone if you want to make a cobblestone shovel, but I don't have the stuff to give you for the sticks. So
I can go check my old house. I'm sure I'll have something there.
Okay, awesome. So the plan was that since the people who worked on the book with me, we used to all live in Nashville, and now we're all over, we would meet in Birmingham, which is kind of a good central location, and sign all the books for the folks who did the Kickstarter back-end level, where they're like, yeah, I want a signed book, so I'll give you more money, Because it's good not to defraud people who give you thousands of dollars,
I agree.
That's a great thing. And so at first, we can't get a hold of one of the guys who's supposed to be there. He just, has completely dropped off the map. And so we're like, well, he said he might be able to show up on Saturday. Let's hope he does. And so then, that's already a bad sign when you can't reach one of the 4 people you need. But, I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I'll get 3 signatures, and then I'll hunt this guy down on my own. This is getting done. This project is too far along. I've spent years of my life on it. People bet a lot of money on its success. It's going to happen. And so, I start driving down to Birmingham super early on Saturday morning. And I don't know if it's like this out in Arkansas, but in Tennessee, there's sometimes kind of a morning mist on the roads.
No, it's like that. Yeah, it's like that.
You know that fog where if there's trees on only one side of you, it's a perfectly clear day, but if there's trees on both sides of you, there's just no visibility.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like that, but it was the worst I've ever seen it. And so every time I enter a patch of fog, I'm just well, I'm on the interstate, I know where the lanes are. This is I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I don't need to worry, People, know how to deal with this. It's particularly bad today, but people are used to it, so why panic? So I start running out of gas near, and the only place to stop is the exit for Pulaski, Tennessee. I don't know if do you know anything about Pulaski, Tennessee, Spoon?
No, I do not.
Okay, Pulaski, Tennessee has had a hard time attracting businesses because it is the birthplace of the Ku Klux Klan.
That's nice.
Yeah, so the only real industry there is that it is the state capital for chop shops, which for people who might not know the American colloquial term chop shops, that's where that's where stolen cars go to get broken down into parts that can be sold without being traced. Okay, and so essentially because everybody in Pulaski, Tennessee, is knows people who are in some way connected to this business. If, you leave your car unattended and, if somebody's particularly desperate, they can totally just grab your car and offload it in 10 minutes. There's no question of, oh, how do I fence this car I stole?
Yeah.
Because that's what they do there. So I pull off the highway at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday in Pulaski, Tennessee, and it's just super foggy, and I can see the gas station, and I'm just okay, I'm just gonna run in, I'm gonna pay for my gas or whatever, use the restroom, I'm done, I'm in and out, refuel, everything's taken care of in minutes. The odds of someone stealing my car this early on a Saturday are super low. Right?
I agree. You'd figure they'd be super low anytime. You'd
figure they'd be super low. Now, by the same token, I'm thinking, anybody who's going to steal a car at this time on a Saturday morning is super desperate. And, but that's the people that you're worried about. So there's that. And I've got, thousands of dollars worth of books in the car. So nothing can go wrong here, is my hope or my belief. And I get back from using the restroom. The car's still there. I refuel. Everything seems like, okay, dodged a bullet. Everything's great. Time to get back on the interstate. So the gas station's kind of elevated a little bit above the road that it sits on. And as soon as I get down onto the road, the fog is just thicker than it has been anywhere else on the entire trip. And I'd been kind of paranoid about it, but it's just like one of those things where I'm looking, and it's a 2-lane road. I'm in the driver's seat of my car, and I cannot see the edge of the oncoming lane. I can't tell where the road meets the ditch or the grass. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To my left. And I need to turn left at some point to get back on the interstate. But I can't tell where there's going to be road and where there's not going to be road. So, luckily for me, I've got my little iPhone 5 with the Siri Apple Maps, which, the best thing ever. And it's just like, turn left in 250 feet to get on I-65 South. Turn left in 100 feet to get on I-65 South. Turn left now to get on I-65 South. And I cannot see anything to the left of me. There is nothing there. It's just all fog. And I'm just like, well, turning left now, because if I stop in the road, I'm going to get rear-ended. I have to turn left and hope that there is a ramp there. I turn. Thank goodness there is indeed a ramp.
Oh, God.
And
such a cliffhanger. I need some more slabs.
Yes, here you go. And Siri immediately says, continue for 4 miles on I-65 North. And, when you're trying to get to Birmingham from Nashville, you do not want to be on I-65 North. You want to be on I-65 South.
Correct.
So that is already, one thing that has gone poorly. So then from there, we unload, more than a half dozen boxes of, super heavy books. Each box is, 80 pounds. We get them all in the apartment. I've got the printer and everything to start printing them, or start printing the labels and whatnot for all the envelopes and stuff. And it turns out that the software to install the little printer is just, the absolute worst installer ever. It hangs for 20 minutes and looks like it's crashed, but you just have to let it look like it's hanged for 60 minutes, and it'll eventually resolve itself.
And what printer was that?
Dymo Label Writer 450. It's a thermal printer that's designed for printing labels.
Yeah.
Things you do on package.
What company was it that made that?
DYMO, or Delta Yankee Mike
heard
Oscar.
of that.
They do mail-in label printers, which is what we needed if we have to ship 150 books.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then, I waste a lot of time trying to get this, stupid printer to work. Printer finally gets working. And then the company that sells the postage, doesn't store my CVC number on my credit card. You know what the CVC number is? It's that little, 3-digit code on the back. When you make online purchases, a lot of times they'll ask for it.
I can pretend. Oh, yeah, okay, now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So they don't actually store that, and so every time that they try to charge my credit card for postage, the bank thinks it's a fraudulent charge and eventually cuts them off. And so they go ahead, and when I've come all the way to Alabama to get these books signed and start, doing all this label things while I've got these extra people here, the company that does the mail-in labels and stuff just cuts me off and says, nope, your account has been suspended until you talk to a representative. Call us on Monday. We'll be in at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And so it's just oh, well, that's wonderful. And so then, when we go to Burger Up to eat food, because, everything's gotten absolutely terrible up to this point, we can't do any work other than signing the books themselves. Might as well go to Burger Up. My credit card is rejected, which is my sole form of currency, because my bank has seen too many suspicious charges.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to drive back to Nashville with $20 in cash that my friend lent me for gas, hoping that, I don't break down or need help in any way, because, if absolutely anything goes wrong, it is just completely over. I'm just dead in the water.
That is insane. That's a
So
lot of bad luck.
it was so much bad luck, and so I'm just so thrilled to have made it home at all. I'm not sure how. I'm not sure how funny this actually is, but like I said, if I don't tell myself it's hilarious, I will probably just start screaming.
Oh
So,
yeah, the person in my chat was like, "So what's the joke here?" I'm like, "There's no joke."
this
In fact, at one point there was like sad music playing while you were telling your story. I was gonna skip it because I don't know why the song's in the playlist, but it was very fitting for the story. I was like, "Yes, I'll just keep it on."
yeah, yeah, there's not a joke, unfortunately. So,
If you
and
need more
even
Smoothstone, by the way, I can go make some more at my house.
oh, yeah, that would actually probably be super helpful. I was gonna start on the, or we could start on the lamp posts as well, but I'm not sure exactly how many. I'd have to check at the rest of the town, like how often they come up, like if it's every 6 blocks or every 3 or
Every
whatever.
time I get close to the sand generator, I start to lag, even when it's not running.
Yeah, that machine is clearly not built from intended code. But anyway, so yes, that was my insane trip to Birmingham.
But you got Flip Burger.
I got flip burger. It was made of lamb. It was
I'm
delicious.
still very upset about that. I had deer sausage tonight.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Venison. Venison's so delicious.
Is there I've enjoyed venison when I've eaten it. Is there a separate word for venison sausage, or is it just deer sausage?
It's just deer sausage. I don't think there's a separate word for any of that. I think it's just venison is deer. That's what, kind of like, cow is beef, pig
Yeah.
is pork, etc. I'm not sure if there's any specific word for it though.
Okay, so I'm looking at the spacing on the lamp posts, and it seems like they tend to be 10 or 11,
Yeah.
because why not? So I'm just going to do 10 because it's easy. But yeah,
Why not?
that's yeah, venison sausage. That sounds pretty good. What was it what was that meal in general? What was the full meal?
I had a snack. I was gonna grab some ramen, and my mother was like, "Oh, by the way, we went ahead and made that sausage because my brother has killed a couple of deer in the past month or so, and so we've been eating deer a lot."
Oh, that's cool.
And yep, and so we had some of that. She was like, "Take some sausage." I was like, "I'd rather save it in the morning." I was like, "Fine, I'll try it." And I'm like, "Oh my God, it's delicious." I was so happy.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Like it's one of those things like I don't really hunt myself, but the idea of like to me half the point of that sort of sport is, the actual consumption of food. Like
A lot of people look at it as like, "Oh, you're just hunting to kill the deer and mount it on your wall." I was like, "No, we're killing it because we want to eat the food, the meat." And it's it's not really too much difference from any other food except for this one you actually kill yourself. And I was surprised. I was like, "Oh, nice." I was like, "So my brother killed it. Did he, who helped him skin it?" My dad's like, "No, he did it all himself." I was like, "Holy crap!" I didn't know my brother was capable of such things because he's incapable of mostly everything else. But he did a very good job at this apparently.
I was
I
gonna
was
say, like,
impressed.
is he like 6 or something?
No, no, he's like 18, 19.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I think he's 19 now, but I'm not. I don't want to say that and then be wrong. But I'm
Yeah,
99% sure he's 19.
I'm terrible at everything like that myself.
Yeah.
I think I just threw my diamond pickaxe. Another thing that I'm terrible at. No, I just moved it in my inventory somehow without realizing it.
So what else do you need besides the smooth stone?
Um, well, yeah, we need smooth stone to make slabs and smooth stones to make like the gutter steps. So
Okay, I'm just
that's
gonna make. I'm gonna every furnace in here, which is a total of 10. I'm gonna get 10 stacks of smooth stone real quick.
awesome.
I think
3,
that's gonna be plenty.
4. Okay, so yeah, I'm at the intersection. I'm just putting in 4 lamps because why not? It's supposed to look important. Whatever.
I'm sure
If
it'll work.
somebody hates it, they can take it down later. But if nobody makes it terrible first, it will never be made at all.
If someone doesn't make it terrible, I like that.
Well, I
If
mean
someone
that's
doesn't do it really terrible first, it's not gonna be done at all. That's a good way to live by.
I mean anything on a server like this, like I will not be offended if somebody upgrades what I make because I made it just to get a collaborative process started, not to be like this is the be all end all of lamppost related deployments, you know?
Hmm.
Cool, cool. So let's see, how far apart do these end up being? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not very far, but like it seems like the right distance in terms of the light level. Yeah, so I was at a Mexican place the other day, and have you heard of chorizo? While we're on the subject of sausage.
Chorizo sausage burritos are amazing.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed it personally. But I've always had ground chorizo. The Mexican place that we went to was a little bit nicer. Now that my wife is pregnant, we can't like go somewhere and get a pitcher of margaritas or whatever.
Obviously not.
Obviously, because that's like terribly irresponsible. So we've been kind of eating a little bit nicer, taking the money we might have spent on alcohol and getting a nicer meal out of it. So we went to kind of a nicer, more upscale Mexican restaurant, and we ordered the chorizo, nacho dip or whatever. And it was actual slices of sausage, not like the ground up sausage mixed with the cheese. I'd never had that before, and if I don't know if you could find it anywhere near you, but I would highly
let's just talk
recommend
about food for the rest of the time and make me really hungry again.
it. No, that's fine. Like, it's one of those things. I just needed to get it off my chest, all the terrible things that happened. So when people were like, "And how many videos are you gonna upload tomorrow?" It's like, well, this is why. Whoa. I just had a creeper blow up behind me that I didn't... He blew up so far away from me and so poorly. If I didn't know better, I would think somebody on the server was shooting TNT at me from the distance, but it looks like we're the only ones on, so...
Yeah, I'm definitely at my house right now.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, this whole thing is made out of smooth stone, so, like, if somebody is shooting TNT at it, that's not the end of the world. I'm sure we could find some sort of resource on the server that would provide us more smooth stone.
Like me, because I have like a box and a half of cobblestone and then like 2 rows of coal. What is that, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? So 7 stacks of coal. So I mean, I can make more smooth stone if we need to.
Yeah, I'm not gonna worry on it too much then.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring shovels back. So you don't need anything else besides smooth stone. While I'm here, I need to bring anything.
I can't think of anything because this is all pretty like, I mean, we're not building the houses for folks. We're just making a place so they can build the houses.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and do some stuff around here while I'm waiting on it to all cook for me.
Cool.
Yep.
But let's see, what else could we talk about food-wise? Other foods that I ate this weekend included Papa Murphy's Pizza. I don't know if you're familiar with that at all.
Oh, there's a spider in the swimming pool. Get out of there.
Ugh, that's gross. You should use one of them swimming pool nets.
I don't have any of those, unfortunately. I just used a bow, shot it in the face, and killed it. And it poofed and dropped some string.
Good plan. You should use that string to make a swimming pool net.
It's not a bad idea.
I won't let this one go. But yeah, so they've got this new thing. I don't know if it's like nationwide or whatever. It's called like a take and bake pizza. You go to a pizzeria where they don't actually cook the pizza, and then you take it home and you cook it yourself later.
Interesting.
But the thing is, like, they give you very specific instructions on like how to cook it or whatever. The big benefit of it is it takes like 5 minutes to make a super good pizza, like using fresh ingredients or whatever, where they just they make it to order, they put it all in there, and then you leave.
And they just say, look, just take it and cook it yourself. Don't be a loser.
Yeah, exactly. And so then, a few hours later or whatever, you're just like, okay, time to make that pizza now, and you get this awesome pizza that required very minimal effort, with fresh ingredients and everything.
It's not a bad idea.
No, it only really works in suburbs, though, because I think that apparently for it to be feasible, you need a highly mobile, busy group of people. So, unfortunately, we don't have any in Nashville anywhere near where I would want to live, so it's kind of a special treat. It's like, yay, takeout pizza that I have to cook.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So does Arkansas have any, notable, this is our culinary, thing? Does Arkansas have any notable culinary, masterwork things that they're very proud of, or?
Oh, I don't think so. Not that I know of. If there is, then it's unknowing to me.
Fair enough.
I'm not sure.
It's unknown to me as well, so.
Well, baubles. I finished my barn. Now I just have to remove the old one. and make way for the establishment of Spoontology. And then I made 2 more greenhouses for pumpkin and sugarcane growth. So that's pretty good.
That's pretty cool.
That was done today. All I have to do now is take down the old barn, which you were over here. You saw how big that thing was, right?
Oh yeah, that thing was massive.
Yeah. Well, the old one's longer, but it's not as big. It doesn't have as many rooms. I only have 5 rooms in this one because I don't need 6 rooms. There's only 5 mobs that would really be able to keep hold of: pig, chicken, sheep, cow, and then mushroom cow. I can't think of any others that I really need to take care of.
Yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily want to be like keeping. I guess you could do like zombie villagers where you lure them in there with your flesh, but they despawn eventually, don't they?
Yeah, the thing with that is I have those 3 houses that I used to have for I used to house the stuff in. They're like brick and wood. What I'm thinking about doing is putting villagers in there, but I'm not sure how well that'll do. Like I don't even know how you get villagers to follow you. Like I don't know how that works.
You can't get normal villagers to follow you. Zombie villagers will follow you because they want to eat you.
Yeah.
So you are the bait. But with normal villagers, you essentially have to push them into rail carts that you laid explicitly for this purpose, which is super time consuming.
Yeah. I guess it wouldn't be that difficult to do. I just have to find the nearest villager place, and I know a good one is Hypno's Farm. It's right beside a portal. I just take a few from there. But that would require permission from him. Then I'd have to use all his stuff. It would be difficult. I agree.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd be cool with like yeah, you can grab a few. This is my Hypno impersonation.
You sound nothing like him, but that's close enough.
I can't do the Hypno voice at all.
It's okay. I can't do any voice other than my own.
I've kind of got a Biffa one that I've done so many times that I can pretend it's good. Hi guys, Biffa here. It's not right at all, but I've done it so many.
That's close enough.
I've done it so many times. Like in my head, I'm like, yeah, that's my Biffa imitation. It's not my good Biffa imitation because no such thing exists, but that's my Biffa imitation.
Pray to the flying spaghetti monster who does not see this video because he will just thrash you.
Oh no! I do this whenever he comes on a video with me. I'm like, "Ha, Biffa, Joe Hill's here." No, he's heard it.
I don't even, what is my impression? I want to know. I want to hear people do my impression. I don't even know what that would be.
See, yeah, you don't have a distinctive like hook to your voice, like
yeah.
It's kind of one of those things like the Biffa impersonation is kind of rounder mouthed, like hi guys, Biffa here. Like I'm making a lot of round shapes with my lips, whereas if I was like Isma, I'd be like, hi guys, Isma here, and I'm in Britain, and let me tell you a little something about London, blah 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 blah.
A little something. That's not a Brit. That's more like a southern term more than.
I'm not saying that these are good British impersonations. I'm saying these are my British impersonations. Terrible. I can't talk well.
It's okay. You can talk better than some.
I'm just
right,
so.
I'm at 55. 55 smelted. So that means that here in the next 2 minutes I'll have all of it done. Hopefully.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm just getting the fence post kind of set up.
Do it.
Honestly, I'm just happy to be at home, and I'm happy to be recording anything, because I was just so worried the whole drive back. I was like, if I pop a tire, if my engine just overheats, if anything, like, I mean, I got a pretty good car, so I was.
Well, now you're back at home and you got your wifey, and then everything's all happy.
Oh, yeah, that definitely was a great, like, I'm just like, next time we're doing this in Nashville, I need you around. Things can't go this poorly when I'm by myself.
At that moment, I guess that's one thing I miss about relationships is that you just go home and just embrace and just like I'm never leaving again.
Everything is terrible outside.
Why do I have to leave this home? I don't. What happened here?
Where?
Why am I missing? Oh my goodness! I swear. Okay, so it's cool when people come over here and do pranks and stuff. I don't like this though. This is griefing to the max. There's stuff missing. Like they put melons down, right, which is fine, right? I don't care if you're gonna leave a melon here, but you can't remove something I had. Like they took a wooden block out and they took glass, and now I don't have that with me, so now I feel like I'm obligated to go and fix that because it's gonna bug me if I don't.
Sorry.
That's not cool. Like putting melons over someone's house is one thing, but you know, you have to remove that. I get this time consuming regardless. So as long as I have the materials for it, it's, you know, whatever. But it annoys me. But I did ask for it in a way. I can't remember what Assassin did to me. He did something, and I went over to his base, and you know, he had all those like animals pinned up. I
Oh
just
yeah.
opened all the gates. So his base is all like underwater. It's all there, right?
So where are they gonna
So
get to?
nowhere, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So in retaliation, he came over, and there was about 300 plus chickens he put in my area, and they were just everywhere. They were on my crops. Just everything was trampled. Like they were legitimately everywhere. And I spent 2 hours killing them all. I even developed a redstone invention with lava, like it's a pit, and they would walk over the pit and would drop them inside. Like I did this all during live stream. Like I was just like, ugh. So,
Yeah.
so I don't even. But I ended up killing all of them. I think. I mean, there's probably still like 20 of them or so just hanging around in random places I just don't feel like dealing with. But
Hmm.
they just ruined everything.
Yeah, I really try to avoid anything that I do. I try prank wise. I try to be additive rather than subtractive or even modificative, if
Yeah.
that's a word. Modificative. It
Sure.
sounds like a great Irish word because you could start low and then go high. Modificative. Yeah, I can't do the Irish accent either.
Hey, close enough.
Well, you should sound like a proper Dubliner.
What? I don't even know what you just said.
Well, you should sound like a proper Dubliner.
Yeah. Okay.
I said I should sound like a proper Dubliner.
Oh, Dubliner. Okay.
Yeah, that was. Once again, these are not good impressions. These are just how I do them.
Just once it gets close enough. I'm not gonna worry myself with it. All right, I have a total of 10 stacks of smooth stone. I'm gonna bring them all to you, and you do what you want with them.
Okay, awesome.
My body is ready.
Cool, cool. I guess I should. I don't suppose you have the stuff to make a chest, so we could just get a supply chest over here for road-related
Well,
supplies.
you want to get a chest?
I could run home and grab some wood to make some.
It'd be faster for you, probably.
Yeah, probably. Cool. Oh man. Have you done any of the mod games that people have been playing lately, like the Feed the Beast or whatever?
150% no.
Yeah,
I don't. It's really.
it's kind of weird because the biggest difference between a game like Vanilla and the Feed the Beast is like in Feed the Beast I have a jetpack, but Ender pearls are like impossible to get. But in Hermitcraft I'm just like teleporting everywhere and zooming around. But occasionally
What is this feed the beast thing? What is that exactly? If you know a little bit about it, explain it to me. Because everybody's like, "You should do it." I'm like, "No, what is it?"
the reason that they're saying that you should do it is because Biffa and Topmass are hosting a server for it that essentially all existing Hermitcraft members have an open invitation to use. But Feed the Beast is a mod pack, which is a collection of mods. And the big thing about Feed the Beast is, unlike most of the mainstream mod packs, they actually ask the author's permission to collect their mods into a single mod pack.
Yeah.
And they have a custom launcher, so people who don't.
So technically, it's like legal, pretty much.
Yeah, so it's actually legal. It's not violating anybody's trademark or copyright.
Yeah.
They are.
Interesting. They have trademark and copyright, type discussions about modifications that are made for a video game, which technically in itself is kind of.
No, the license of Minecraft explicitly allows you to make mods.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah,
But
so
I mean, the point is, I mean, it allows you, but the point is, it's for a video game, so they can kind of like claim rights on a game that they didn't make for a mod that's for the game. I know the licensing, but it's just interesting to think about.
Well, the issue is that if you make something, by default, under United States law, you have the copyright to it.
Yeah.
And so the mod makers own their part of they own the code that they wrote, if that makes sense.
What is this building? This is what's lagging right here. Whatever this dang building is right here. These two buildings are lagging. I don't know what it is.
These are the tree farm.
Okay. Well, that's definitely what's lagging then. Anyway, continue. Oh, I have your smooth stone. You
Okay,
just
cool. I
take
put a
it.
chest right here for us to use for this project. So, like,
All right.
I should probably move the... Oh, I do have the workbench. I should move the workbench here, too. So anyway, because it also has a mod pack component,
Yeah.
people don't necessarily have to know how to install mods in order to play them, which is really good for like, kids and stuff. And so it's a collection of all the popular mods with permission in a way that's easy to install and play.
Yeah.
And
Easy enough.
I've never really been a mod guy myself.
Well, okay. Well, why is it called Feed the Beast? Is my question.
Well, because originally the idea that they had was to create a map um, where you would use all these mods that they had like curated in order to have a victory in order to like feed a giant victory monument that was shaped like a monster.
Oh, Jesus.
And so the idea was that this tutorial map where you would learn to play all these mods, you would make progress by building things using the mods that then you would feed to the monster. And one of the mods has like a block detection script or an entity detection script. So like it would say like challenge, make these 3 things, and then you throw those 3 things once you made them into the beast, and then it like lights up a marker saying, yeah, you completed challenge 1. That sort of thing.
That's interesting.
It's I haven't actually played the map itself that they named it for, but it's gained a lot of traction. I've been talking to some of the people in the modding community who work on it, and they are just really cool people. And I was pleasantly surprised that they were like, especially like one of the guys, Slowpoke, who's one of the lead guys, is like, dude, I used to watch you and Zistos Vetch's videos all the time, and that was a major influence for me. And it's like, well, it's always reassuring that I'm not a complete screw-up and that, sometimes people make good things after watching me make bad ones, so thanks.
Yeah. Well, I might have to check it out. People keep telling me, oh, I should do this, and it's like, meh. Yeah, guys, don't. When I was talking about the intellectual property thing, I know what it's about, right? I just said I find it interesting that people can make mods and stuff and claim rights to them for something they didn't originally make, which is like the video game itself. I know that they completely can do that, and it makes a lot of sense. I was just saying that I find it interesting that there's all these weird rules and stuff about you can't do this, but you can do this, but you can't do this, but you can do this. So don't like take me the wrong way on that. I think it's completely awesome that they can do that. I just find it just interesting to think about. I guess I probably should have made that a little more understandable.
I understood it. It made complete sense. To me, Joe Hills. You can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/JoeHills. Howdy, everybody. I'm a terrible person, if you haven't figured out.
Yeah,
I'm just like, I have nothing to say. I should plug my Twitter.
What? Spiders, God. Just do not. Oh, dang. That spider flew so far, and then it spat out a whole bunch of experience. I'll take that.
Yeah, so one thing I would tell you about Feed the Beast, though, Spoon, is the best part about it is that Biffa and Topmass set up a server, so you can just try it out, and if you don't like it, you're not out anything.
Well, if Biffa and Topmass did, I guess I kind of have to. I don't know. We'll see.
You don't have to, but I mean,
Right now, I'm
Hypnotized
too
is even
addicted to Far
trying
Cry
it.
3 to do anything else with my life, other than, when I'm not recording or streaming, the only game I really want to play right now is Far Cry 3.
Gotcha. Yeah, the only game that I'm really playing, like, off-camera is this game called Letterpress, which is like a new, well, it's not too new, it's like 3 or 4 weeks old at this point, but it's like an iPhone game, like, kind of like, it's a combination of Scrabble and Go. Have you heard of Go? It's like an ancient Chinese game that was also really popular in Japan. They call it like Ego there, or Igo.
Interesting.
It's like this, well, Go is one of the oldest games that's like still played, and it's not computer solvable, which makes it like, it has a future too. Have you seen the movie A Beautiful Mind?
I think I have, actually.
Well, the part where the Ogden Nash fella is like throwing the game and yelling, or the game board and yelling the game is flawed, they're playing Go.
Oh, Jesus.
So it's like this territory control game that's incredibly like intellectually challenging, combined with like a word search game. And so me and my wife have been playing a lot of that, just kind of here and there, because it's...
I've been yelling and throwing it across it.
Well, see, the thing is, that guy had like an actual mental problem, and I don't. His whole problem was he couldn't handle chaos like that game. He actually went and invented his own version of it that was slightly less chaotic and more computer solvable. But yeah, no, I'm fine with chaos and stuff along those lines.
Bet you are.
Uh,
Rosby of a Just Cause 2 moment, something like that. It should be the main character in Just Cause 2. Cause chaos, blow things up. Joe Hills is Just Cause 3.
they just
That's
call
a
it just
skeleton.
Chaos 3 or Joe's Chaos 3.
Joe Cause 3. I don't even know.
I don't know what 3 I caused, but you know, they better not come around with any papers.
And there's just Assassin.
Oh no, just Assassin's scared of all the people.
I guess we have to freaking add him or something. I don't know.
He's a true hermit.
I'm actually flattening this out to make it easier for whoever may build over here.
Okay, cool.
You know how I am about flat surface. You see my base, I'm like, nope. This hill's gonna go. No.
You are far too kind.
I have to build on flat surfaces.
I mean, yeah, at this point, we've got a lot of this cleared out.
No! Flat surfaces, Joe.
No, I'm not saying it's done. I'm saying I'm happy with. I'm glad. I'm happy to see the progress we are making. I'm not saying I'm content.
I found a cave on accident, though. I think there's gonna be a massive cave where this flattened out area is supposed to be.
Yeah, this, like I said, this was like part of the original cave and infrastructure on the server. So actually, you might not want to go too far back towards spawn there, because I think that this is part of the ravine cave setup here.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, like this you're on top of here. Yeah, that was one of the reasons I built these steps up, so somebody could build on this part of the hill and have these steps.
Yeah, see, the thing with that is I would be leveling this whole area out, and I would just have a wall right here. I mean, like I said, you've seen my area.
Yeah, no, I've seen your area. I guess what I'm saying is, like, we should maybe leave it to the folks that come on the server to figure out how they want to utilize the...
I'll go ahead and put this back a little bit then, because it is starting to dig into this cave.
Area provided. Cool.
There. I mean, it's literally one block, just... like, it'll be one block difference, and then if you dig away this one block, you're going to see a cave. Worth it.
Did we actually ask Assassin if he wanted to get on Skype, or did we?
I don't know. He said something in Skype on Hermitcraft chat about we got to do that word. I was like, oh, that path. And I was like, dude, we're already doing it.
Cool. So I actually might go ahead and end this episode here, and then if this next part with Assassin is good enough, I'll make another episode out of it. Because
if it's good enough, it's not gonna be good enough if just Assassin's here. Come on.
Well, it's one of those things. Like, this episode started with me like complaining about everything terrible that happened this weekend. So like, let's say everything goes great with Assassin. That should be a separate narrative. So
oh yeah.
Anyway, and we've made a ton of progress already. So I don't feel too bad cutting this off here for now. So anyway, until next time, y'all. This is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee, joined by Sp00n, who you can find at twitch.tv/IamSp00n.
Or youtube.com/IamSp00n, or twitter.com/IamSp00n, or pretty much anything /IamSp00n is probably gonna be me.
Do you have any final words?
Here comes just ask me to go and shut it off.
Alrighty. Keep adventuring.